Panic traders, it is July 8th, Friday. Real quick update on BTC. Again, guys, we haven't really done anything significant. All we've done is basically just go to the range high, take the highs, and we're back to being range bound. If you look at the higher time frame, like I don't know, daily or whatnot, and you actually identify your levels, here you go. We made a higher low here, which led to a sweep of the highs, right? But at the end of the day, it's not a valid, from person speak, it's not a valid bearish indication until we lose that $19,000 mark. Why am I indicating that 19,000 is significant? Well, if you go in the lower time frame, like not even the low mid time frame, that's where we bounced off of, right? So highlight this area roughly about at 19,400 here, right? So you kind of like, you broke above, came back down, resistance, retest after you break back above. So now, as long as we don't break back under that 19.5, 19.6, around there, 19.4, chances are we're going to carry back on. So you want to see this come down here. The daily has the daily Histo fires that are more likely than not bearish, right? So you want to see us come back down to at least bare minimum low 20s, high 19,000s with a wick maybe to 19.5, 19.4. And then from there, you want to assume that as long as that holds, we're going to carry out to $24,000 and $25,000. If you go to a little bit of a higher time frame at $24,000, look what we have here. This consolidation, right? This little consolidation block. You see this? This little bad boy over here. This little block led to the all-time high range that we were in. This whole range that distributed us for roughly about a year. As long as we get above this, chances are we're going to go for that 28K. So this is going to be the most important block to break above, make this red. And if we do happen to break above this red, you want to automatically target and assume that we're going for that 28K, which is the previous consolidation that led to the dump. Now, remember, the best thing about BTC is that when it does these dumps where it consolidates, right? Consolidates, they're getting smaller and smaller, right? So for example, this one led 105 days. This one led 32 days, and it broke down. I don't even think we're at 25 yet. Yeah, we're at 22 days. So these are getting smaller and smaller, which means what? We're about to start a new freaking trend. And people keep talking about, yeah, bear this, bear that. Cool. Yeah, we're bear. We are bear. Macro bear for sure. I'm not going to argue that. But learn how to identify the difference between where we were and where we are. So the best thing about us right now is that if we start popping into some longs and we consolidate and go sideways, we are going to fill these bad boys quickly, right? We're going to fill all this quick. Is it going to be a, hey, let's grind up slowly? That's going to happen with 1 or 2 dildo candles, right? Because you just dumped with no support at all. You just broke right through. So there's literally no resistance. This is going to be just air. Same thing with here. Once you get above this with a daily close, you're going to go straight for that $34,000, $35,000 mark. Why? Because of this whole schmiggle over here, whatever you want to call it, unfortunately. That's the way BTC works, and it's beautiful because it offers a big opportunity for us. Anyway, so now going back to what I was talking about on the current range that we're in, as long as we don't lose that $19,000 range around there, 19.5, 19.6, chances are we're going to go to $24,000 and $25,000. Now, in the event that we do lose this, where are we going? I personally think we're going to go sweep these lows, this 18,005 low. I think that the lows that we're at 17.5 for the time being will be valid and stick. We're not there yet to take this. We will maybe one day, not there yet right now. I think that they're going to hold. And if I'm wrong and we take this, unfortunately, we're going to have to re-range, start a whole new range again. So it's going to prolong everything. I think that we are en route right now to create a higher low and go to $24,000, $25,000. And then from there, we have to reassess. We don't know what's going to happen. Keep in mind, I don't know why my alerts didn't go off because it went off on my phone. That's why I was kind of like gun-holed about being bold. But they didn't go off on the Discord. I have to fix this weekend. We got a green 2-day trend bar fire, right? Over the weekend. Well, not over the weekend, on Tuesday. Boom, right? It triggered. That's one. Now, the thing that you want to see to confirm it is once you get your 3-day green fire, you know that you're going to trend up for a little bit, maybe for like about 2 weeks or so. Every single time the 2-day trends green, we usually pump, right? We usually pump. It leads to a massive move to the top side. Again, we're bearish versus bullish, but just keep in mind the difference between the trends, right? When you're bull and when you're bear. So we could potentially be doing something like this. Or we go up, we hit the previous consolidation, and then we come down and make a lower low. We could definitely be doing this, but where is the previous consolidation? It's at $28,000. So I'm not telling you we're going to all-time highs or whatnot, but again, we potentially could be on our way to $28,000, which is right here, right? Which is right here, which is similar to what we did over here, right? This pump, hit the previous consolidation, die, right? It could potentially happen like that. We could pump, hit this, do something like this, hit this, and then come down for a literal div play. Yeah, we could potentially be doing something like that where we create a freaking massive ass downtrending channel here. You never know what could happen. But regardless, my mark is that $28,000. I want to see what happens when price hits that 28K. We're not going to probably go there overnight, but just keep that in mind. Another thing I want to tell you is the 2-day has to get to have an algo fire on the Histo. Very important. I told you guys, for you to get a Histo fire, for the Histo to turn orange, you need to pump. You need to pump. Without a pump, your Histo fire is not going to activate. The 2-day needs a Histo fire, and the 3-day needs a Histo fire. We haven't had one yet. For you to get one, you need to pump. The 3-day has a bull signal on the MSTX. I'm not messing with that. That to me is freaking bullish. In an uptrending market, I am going all in when I see this on the 3-day. That means that we're going to have at least, usually in an uptrending. Not now. When we're uptrending, we would have a 1-month uptick right now if with this signal being so low to the ground. We have Godwood on the 3-day. I think we have Godwood on the weekly too. Godwood on the weekly as well. We haven't had it since 2018. Everything is pinpointing to a beautiful uptick. Now, is it going to come from here? Or is it going to come from $18,000 to $19,000? I don't know, but I'm playing the charts as I see them. The closer I am to the expansion, the easier it is for me to call it. That's the way I play. Hence why I tell you, if there's 5 levels and they're all like this, right? And you don't know what to buy, more likely than not, every price action trader will play this level, will buy this level, will buy this level until if you stop out 3 times and you go for a 4th, you don't have money. Just wait and see. Identify your level and wait and see how do the oscillators look when BTC is over here. Are we at a potential mid-time frame pivot? If not, ignore the level. Don't buy it. Go to your next level. If BTC hits this level, does the oscillators look like they are at a high time frame or mid-time frame pivot? If so, buy it. That's how I play. Very simple. If the 4-hour, 5-hour, 3-hour show a potential pivot and I'm at a significant area, order block, if I'm at a support or resistance level, not resistance because I don't short, but if I'm at a support level, I'm buying it. If I'm an SR flip, I'm buying it, you know? All right, so keep that in mind, guys. Again, I wouldn't FOMO up here. It's not necessary. I personally don't think it's necessary to FOMO up here. Keep that in mind. We did nothing but just deviate the range high. So this is still technically your range. And these are still clean lows, no matter how you do it, no matter how you view it. So just wait and see what happens. When we get back into the range, if we're able to withhold the 19.5, 19.6, 19.4, chances are we're going to go to $24,000. Guys, cheers. Play safe. Trade safe. Again, I told you guys, I stumbled upon something. We're working on it in the background. Hopefully you have it soon. It's tied to the POC. It's pretty interesting how well it works with the order blocks. I'll explain everything when time is right. In the meantime, guys, just be careful with how the trading works because we're still downtrending. And again, always assume that when you do happen to hit your first order block, that's a weekly, you target your second order block, that's a weekly. So $28,000 to roughly about $33,000 is my target from this block right here. It's a matter of how long is it going to take for us to go there? I don't want to see this. I do not want to see that. I don't want to see that yet, but I do, or we'll be okay if I do see something like this. This, to me, is logical, where you come down, take the low, go back up, make one impulse to the top side. Now you establish your range, right? Now you establish, this is all me just assuming. You establish your range. Say this is your range right here. Go down, go up, range high, come back down, make a lower high, breach, deviate, reclaim, up, go into 2024 or end of 2023, Christmas time-ish, and then start pumping. This is more logical. If people are expecting a small little range like this, to kick off a bullish fucking trend reversal, I'm sorry, you haven't been in the game long enough. We need at least 5 months worth of consolidation. And the good thing is that when you consolidate for so long, you create a massive range. The range has to be a minimum 30, 40%, right? So if I'm going to give a little bit of a leeway with the wicks at 50, 60% of a range, we can make a lot of money playing the ping pong. Obviously, I don't short. Whatever. Maybe I will this time around. I don't care to short. But if you catch 2-3 times of these longs back up to range high, if this is a valid range that we're going to establish, by all means. But there's a lot of people that are literally targeting some kind of sub $10,000 targets. Like, for example, if we go all the way down here, that is very bearish. Now, could it happen? Sure. I'm not going to say it can't, but if it does happen, you're not going to just do this. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. If we happen to go back into the old range, it's going to be fucking piss poor performance, right? Anything under $13,000 is probably going to have a target of roughly about 10 to 11,000, and that's going to create a range where you're going to have to sit here and do this and this and this and this and this until everybody's bored of their life, not knowing what to do, and then they're going to spike it out. Small range, compressed, the way we were over here, not being able to do anything, and then just have your pivotal move. So this isn't healthy for me. People that want this to happen isn't healthy. You don't go back into your old range. The range that lasted for how many years, right? Let me explain this to you guys. So just get an idea. This range lasted freaking 1,000 days, guys. That's almost 3.5 years. It's not healthy to go back into that range. You don't want to even think about going back into that range. I'm not telling you we can't make a lower low, but it'll be more logical and healthy to stay away from that area. Basically, this is your pivotal zone. That right there, 18 to 16, straight up. You break under this and go back into the old range. I mean, to me, it's just this thing could take another year at that point. I'm not even exaggerating. You don't do that. It's terrible. There was also, I don't know where it was, but there was something. Here you go. There you go. Where does that lead to? So if we're here, so by September, we get a move back down to $15,000, $16,000, hit the trend line. Yeah, logical. I'm there. I'm game. I just don't want to lose 16K though. I know that Trend told us that there's an FTX VWAP somewhere down there, yearly or something. I don't know if it is or not. There we go. 16.6 FTX yearly VWAP. This target still stands for me, guys. 30,000, 28 to 30,000. Cheers. Trade safe.